Hello and welcome. In this video, we will explore to compare two significant pieces of legislation aimed at addressing juvenile delinquency, the RA 9344 from the Philippines and the Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act JDPA from the United States. Both laws aims to protect youth involved in crime, but they differ on their approaches, goals, and contexts. RA 9344 Juvenile Justice Welfare Act 2006, also known as that call, was indicated in the Philippines and safeguarded rights of the children and conflicts with the law, and the recognized the importance of rehabilitation's diversion, emphasizing that children should not be treated the same as an adult. Purpose of this case is protect, rehabilitation, reintegrations, and juveniles. Age affected of this protection is initially set at 15 years old, later then amended to 12 years old. It's focused also on diversion program, rehabilitation, and protect of rights. Key institution is juvenile court, social welfare agencies, and rehabilitation centers. RA 9344 prioritizes rehabilitation over punishment, advocating from diversion programs instead of detention. It also ensured that the children are treated in manner consistent with their age and vulnerability. Now let's look at the Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act, a USA law established address juvenile crime and prevent delinquency. The JDPA focus on rehabilitation, prevent programs, and removal of the juvenile from adult correction facilities. To prevent juvenile delinquency and provide rehabilitations, that is their purpose. And the age of criminal responsibility would be varies at state of generally 16 to 18 years old. It will actually focus prevention, intervention, and rehabilitation programs. Key institution or juvenile court, detention center, and community-based program. The JDPA emphasized diverting juveniles away from the justice system, supporting community-based rehabilitation, and ensure juvenile offenders are not included with adults. Both RA 9344 and JDPA share several key similarities in their approach to juvenile justice. The key similarities of this one is focus on rehabilitation. Both laws emphasize rehabilitation over punishment. Juvenile diversion or program encourage diversion from formal court proceeding, and the prevention of this one is both aimed to prevent juvenile delinquency through education and community service. The rights in children is actually the same. Both protects the right of children, ensuring they are not treated as an adult in the justice system. Both laws recognize the vulnerability of juveniles and aim to treat them differently from adults, focusing on rehabilitation, reintegration, and reducing recidivism. Okay? And the differences between RA 9344 and JDPA is actually, despite these similarities, there are also noticeable differences between the two laws. Key differences is age of criminal rehabilitation. RA 9344, age of rehabilitation is 12 with focus on rehabilitation, while JDPA age varies by state of typically starting at 16 to 18 to be exact. Approach to juvenile justice. RA 9344 uses their child rights approach focusing on welfare, while JDPA involves states run programs and influenced by federal standards. System structure, as the Philippines has a national system for juvenile justice, while the USA juvenile justice is a very significant from the state to state to be exact. And RA 9344 has a national framework for juvenile justice, where the JDPA operator in a more decentralized system with individual states having their significant control over their juvenile justice. And both systems face children, and Philippines critics argue for the minimum age of criminal responsibility is still too low, leaving their children vulnerability in the United States. The juvenile justice system is often criticized from the racial disparities in the treatment of the youth in adult facilities. RA 9344, debate over the minimum age of the criminal responsibility. JDPA is racial disparities in varying state policies. Okay, despite their intentions, both laws face ongoing challenge in ensuring the effective treatment of young offenders. This is the inclusion, while RA 9344 is juvenile delinquency prevention act shares the common goals of protection juveniles and the preventing delinquency. They differ their implementation and the legal framework in which they operation. Understanding these laws help us appreciate the importance of tailored, youth-centered approaches to justice.